everyone.
I'm Max from Canada.
I'm Suji from Thailand.
And wow, Norway is booming apparently right now. Do you want to go to Norway?
Of course.
Well, we have 12 dogs. We cannot go anywhere. Yes, apparently it's booming. And I see a lot of people from Sweden in our comment section that are almost jealous of Norway because apparently they make more money there.
Oh.
I see some Swedes in our comment that work in Norway actually. Yes, so it's kind of intriguing because they are so close to each other. I know that Norway has oil, but still, I mean, Sweden is not a poor country. I mean, being jealous if you're Swedish, it's like, wow, most countries are jealous of you. Growing up in Canada, I was jealous of Norway and Sweden, you know, because they had free education and we don't have free education in Canada. So, okay, thank you, Life in Norway, for the amazing video. Let's see.
Let's get started.
Okay.
More people than ever before seem to be choosing to visit Norway right now. And that's no coincidence. Something bigger is definitely going on. Now, it's not just about the fjords or the Northern Lights, although that is part of the story. It's more about a big shift in how people want to travel around the world. And right now, Norway happens to fit that shift almost perfectly. Hello, I'm David, and I've lived in Norway for 15 years now. In these videos, I help people from all around the world understand Norway better, and I help some plan their dream trip.
Oh my God. I mean, look, you don't need to speak. You just need to look at the house. Wow. It's the cleanest water I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen water. Wow. Water, those cute house, and then behind. Wow. Oh my God. This is so beautiful.
Norway better, and I help some plan their dream trips to Norway through my travel consulting calls.
Whoa.
I've traveled Norway extensively during my work as a travel writer and cruise ship speaker. Recently in these calls, I've noticed some clear trends of things people are asking about, not just once or twice, but all the time. So in this video, I want to explain to you why Norway is so popular right now and why I think that trend is set to continue. Let's start with the numbers, but don't worry, I'll be brief. Tourism in Norway has been growing steadily with record numbers of visitors in recent years. There's a few different ways we know this. Accommodation providers reported more than 40 million guest nights last year, which is an all-time high.
Wow.
Also, most of that growth is coming from international visitors. Let's then consider cruise travel. Last year, a record number of cruise ship passenger visits were also recorded at 6.3 million individual port visits, at an average of 4 different ports per itinerary.
That's more people that take a cruise than there's people living in Norway. I think there's like 5 million in Norway or something. Unless I'm crazy. There's more people taking the cruise than there's people living there.
This is like really, when you're old, it's a good life.
Old? So you think people should, it's a good place to retire? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you get a lot of benefits.
So yes, in
Norway.
simple terms, more people from around the world are choosing Norway. The numbers show it. What's interesting is why. Because this doesn't seem to be just a typical tourism boom. There's some clear trends behind it. And one of those biggest trends is due to the world's changing climate. If you look at what's been happening across southern Europe in recent years, the record-breaking heat waves, the wildfires, the cities becoming...
Oh man, and I think he made that video before the big heat wave. He didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
That's
and
what
it's
people,
real this year.
Yes, that's what people told me, that like during the heat wave in Central and Europe and East Europe, people are going to the Nordic country now because it's the only place where the temperature is manageable. Yeah, it makes sense though.
Uncomfortably hot in July and August. Well, for a lot of travelers, that classic summer holiday isn't quite as appealing as it used to be. And that's where this idea of a coolcation comes in. Now, I have to admit, when I first heard the term, I thought it was a buzzword. But once again, the numbers...
Coolcation.
It's like vacation.
You go like you do like 3-4 months per year when it's too hot where you live, and then you go back to your country after that.
Seem to show it's real. Instead of chasing heat, people are starting to ask a different question. Where can I go in summer and actually feel comfortable? And Norway is well positioned for that.
Wow.
Summer here is typically warm, but rarely overwhelming. You're not talking 35 or 40 degrees. You can
I've never heard of this because in Canada you're like, oh, I want to go away from the winter, so I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, right.
But going away from the summer, I've never because it's too hot. This is a first, but
Going away
it
from
makes
the
sense.
summer.
It makes sense.
actually be outside in the middle of the day and enjoy it.
Wow.
Now, of course, Norway can get hot. We do see temperatures pushing up towards or even just beyond 30 degrees. Even in the north, yes, really, I've experienced it myself. But that's still not the
Wow.
norm. Most of the time, summer here sits in that comfortable range where you can be active, be outside, and not feel like you constantly need to escape the heat.
Wow, the
And
water
then
is so
there's the
clear
light.
everywhere.
Long summer days, especially in the north, can completely
Yeah.
transform how you experience a trip. You don't need to rush to fit everything in between sunrise and sunset because there isn't one. You've got time. You can go for a hike in the evening, travel at a slower pace, whatever
The air,
suits
look.
you. So this isn't just
So
about
clean.
escaping the heat. It's about choosing a different kind of concept for your vacation. Then
This
there's
is someone-
winter. Now, the Northern Lights have always been a big draw in northern Norway, but something has really changed in the last couple of years. Partly that's down to social media. More people have seen just
Yeah, but I heard that it's not a scam. But correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I read that it's hard to see. Like most people are not gonna see it when you go there. So like you need to be very very lucky even if you got the right time. So it's kind of like deceiving a little
Oh
bit.
my god.
just how incredible the aurora can look. But there's also a scientific reason. We're currently in a strong period of solar activity, which increases the chances of seeing the northern lights, and that's been getting a lot of media attention. As a result, places like Tromsø have become global hotspots for winter travel.
Wow.
But it's not just independent travelers
Oh,
flying
wow.
north. Northern Lights cruises have also become hugely popular, giving people the chance to chase the aurora along the Norwegian coast while combining it with fjords, small towns, Arctic landscapes, and winter experiences. And what's really
This feel like old people thing. Sorry, I'm gonna say it. If I see the northern light, I want it to be an accident. Like I don't expect it. I just go vacation. I just travel, and then oh my god, I see it, and I put my camera, and I'm like a miracle. I don't want to be like chasing, like I'm chasing an animal or something. I don't want it to be like too calculated. Do you know what I mean? No,
Okay.
you're old.
Yes, I want things easy.
Okay.
interesting here is the knock-on effect. The Northern Lights have changed how people think of Norway as a tourist destination, full stop. For a long time, Norway was seen mainly as a summer destination. Now the darker months of autumn and winter are just as important. And that leads on to another big change. People are no longer just traveling in the peak season of summer. Spring and autumn are becoming much more popular, and in many ways, they're actually the best times to visit Norway these days. You still get incredible scenery, whether that's waterfalls in spring or the colours in autumn, but without the same level of crowds you might see in July and August.
So cool.
Prices are
Ooh, but
often
I don't
lower,
like raining.
availability is better, and the whole experience just feels a bit more relaxed. And this isn't just anecdotal. Tourism across Norway is becoming less seasonal, and more visitors are choosing those shoulder months on purpose.
Smart.
Personally, I think this is one of the biggest changes happening in Norway tourism right now. Another major global travel trend that's definitely impacting Norway is how people travel. There's a growing move away from checklist style, bucket list travel, if you will. You know, the kind of trip where you're constantly moving, trying to see as much as possible in a short amount of time. Instead, it seems like people want to slow down. They want fewer destinations,
Oh, this
longer
one.
stays, and more time to actually experience a place.
That's what I said earlier when I said like you don't go there 2 days just to see the northern light and be quick. You travel all around, and then if it happened, you're
okay.
lucky. But like you don't go there like 2 days there, 2 days there, and then you change super quick, and you hope that you come at the right day. You know, it feel too calculated. I don't know how to explain it.
Properly, and Norway is ideal for that. I often encourage people in my consulting calls not to take a long road trip itinerary with 4 different stops in 4 different days, but to base themselves in one place, give themselves a chance to breathe. That way you can spend time hiking along the fjord, take a scenic train journey, or just be outdoors. This is a place that rewards taking your time. It is not a destination you rush through, and I think more and more travelers are starting to realize that. Now, while a lot of people come to Norway for the scenery, they leave talking about something else, the lifestyle. Now, I know this from speaking to hundreds of people.
You did not talk about it. It's interesting because when I think about Canada, we have places like this. And usually it's pretty safe. I think most animal in Canada, in the climate like this, they are not going after human. Most animal are trying to mind their own business. It's humans that kind of get in the way of these animals in general. So,
visiting Norway.
This is in the cruise? The cruise?
You mean where he's speaking right now?
Yeah.
This thing? I'm not sure.
The first time after my cruise ship.
Well,
talks,
he's speaking.
The concept
he was speaking in a cruise ship. That's him. He's like famous.
The idea of getting outdoors, whatever the weather, really resonates with visitors. Because it's not just something people talk about here, it's absolutely part of everyday life. And when you visit Norway, you see that, you experience that, and you understand that.
Instagram?
The what?
They also have Instagram.
Bringsdal. Yeah, why is there an Instagram logo? That means that it's a good Instagram spot. Mm-hmm. It's funny, glacier. It's a French word.
Oh.
It's the thing the Titanic fall into. It's the big bulk of ice. It's called a glacier. Okay. But maybe there's no name in English, but it's a French name.
There's also a strong sense of balance with work time and leisure time. Everything feels a little more integrated. And you see that especially in places like Oslo, where you've got culture, food.
Wait,
you see that.
There's mountain in Oslo. So there's not a lot of flat region in Norway. I feel like everything is mountainous and water everywhere. Yeah. Because look, there's a lot.
Sometimes I feel like I'm confusing between the location of like the picture, right? Norway and Switzerland.
To me, Norway and Denmark.
Really?
All of those triangular house near the water. It reminds me of Copenhagen.
No, I'm talking about like mountain.
Yeah,
like this,
it reminds me
like
of Switzerland. See, I expected to have more red, but it doesn't even feel like super expensive. When you look at this, it could be many cities in Europe. When you look at this picture.
Especially in places like Oslo, where you've got culture, food, design, and other big city attractions.
They are building non-stop.
Islands, and hiking trails right on the doorstep. For a lot of visitors, that combination is incredibly appealing, and we're starting to see more and more articles and videos talking about these things, attracting a different kind of traveler to Norway. For them, it's not just about what you see in Norway, it's about how it feels to be here. Another big factor in the tourism growth is, well, it's easier to travel to Norway, certainly to fly to Norway, than it's been for a very long time. There are far more international flights, better connections, and much more awareness of what Norway actually offers as a destination, and you can see that in the routes that are being added. Airlines are increasingly flying directly into places like Bergen and Tromsø, not just the main hub in Oslo, and that makes a huge difference. Instead of needing multiple connections, people can get closer to where they actually want to be, whether that's the fjord region or the Arctic. Now, one thing doesn't change. There's always one big question I get asked time and time again. Isn't Norway expensive? And well, yes, it can be. But having lived here for 15 years now, I think the gap is not as big as it used to be, thanks in part to shifting exchange rates. But also prices have risen across Europe too. If you travel outside the peak summer season, Norway can be more accessible and affordable than you might expect. Just don't
go in the summer. Go in the fall or thing like this. Yeah, that's what he said earlier, right?
Not cheap. So why is Norway so popular right now? Well, it's not just one thing. It's the combination of cooler summers, incredible winter experiences, changing travel habits, and a growing desire for something more meaningful. Norway isn't trying to compete with traditional tourist hotspots. It offers something different. It's not for everyone, but if you've got this far in this video, well, it might be for you.
my dream. I want to spend my life in the cruise ship
What?
when my hair turn white.
In the cruise ship? Why you get seasick when you're in the water and you want to be in the cruise ship?
But when you're in the big ship like that, you're not gonna feel anything.
You're gonna be bored just in the cruise ship with old people.
But I'm old.
You're 35.
No, I mean when I'm like getting like white hair with no tooth, thing like that. Then I need to. I have heard the budget. Actually, this day budget about 2 million. 2 million baht.
Yeah, actually, it's true. There's people that live in cruise
Yes.
and maybe to work on their computer or whatever.
No,
And
they don't work retired.
But sometimes it's cheaper than like travel
Yeah.
and live in hotel. You still travel the
Oh.
world, but it's like your base is in a cruise ship, and you can rent a room for a year or something
Yeah,
in the cruise.
they say sometimes it's even
Yeah.
cheaper than when you go to what is it? How do you call that? Healthcare. How do you call that? The house for old people.
Oh, the house for the whole people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's even cheaper than that sometimes.
No, I know what you mean. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then you travel around, and of course, wherever you die, things like that.
Well,
not
in-
really care.
And Norway people don't pay when they're old and they need to go somewhere. They're covered by their pension and their insurance and everything.
Yeah,
You're
but I
talking
mean-
about your point of view and my
Yeah,
point of view.
yes. No, I'm sure a lot of people think like that because you also can travel too, and also can have friends. Sometimes when you cover in the room, thing like that, you don't really have friends.
Well, in a way, those cruise for old people. It's the same as being in a house for old people. It's
Yeah.
just that it's more fun.
Yes.
So I know what you mean. If you have some money, I think it's
Yes.
it makes sense. Yeah, but it's like an apartment, but on a ship. I know what you mean. It kind of makes sense. Yeah, I mean now I kind of agree a little bit more now.
Yes.
Thank you for watching, guys.